The leadership vacuum within the British Labour Party is no longer a subject of speculation. It is a reality that threatens to destabilise the political landscape at a time when the nation needs clarity, vision, and strength more than ever before. Keir Starmer, the leader of the Labour Party, is increasingly absent from the public eye, and his unexplained disappearances and deteriorating health raise critical questions about his fitness to lead. This is not a matter of personal privacy, but one of national importance, as the country finds itself at the crossroads of domestic and international crises. If Starmer's health is indeed failing him, the people of Britain deserve transparency and a leadership that is capable of standing firm in the face of unprecedented challenges. What we are witnessing is more than just the occasional political stumble. It is the unraveling of a leader who appears to be losing his grip on both his public persona and his ability to perform the duties required of the office he holds. The cancelling of important appearances, the withdrawal from engagements, and the increasingly poor performances in public settings all point to something far more serious than simple exhaustion. Starmer's decision to pull out of an event with local farmers in Buckinghamshire is telling. The excuse given by his team, that he did not know farmers would be present, is laughable at best. A leader of the opposition, especially one with his level of experience, should not be caught off guard by something as routine as the presence of farmers at a rural event. This is a pattern of avoidance, not mere bad luck or scheduling conflicts. Contrast this to past British leaders who, whether beloved or despised, understood that leadership required confronting difficult situations head-on. Margaret Thatcher stood strong in hostile arenas. Boris Johnson weathered the storm in the face of angry fishermen. Even David Cameron was willing to face the fury of flood victims. These were leaders who did not shy away from tough crowds or uncomfortable moments. Yet Starmer, when confronted with real people with real concerns, consistently runs for cover. His absence during critical moments and his failure to face up to public scrutiny are emblematic of a man who is not up to the task of leading this country. The most troubling aspect of this situation is the pattern of his performance during parliamentary sessions, particularly at Prime Minister's questions. Starmer's disjointed responses and awkward pauses during a recent PMQ session were not the result of nerves, they were symptoms of a deeper problem. The footage was hard to watch. His speech was stilted, his thoughts were unorganized, and his ability to respond to direct questions was seriously compromised. This is not just a bad day in the office. This is an alarming indication that the person occupying the highest political office in the opposition is mentally and physically unfit for the responsibilities entrusted to him. What is even more concerning is the fact that this poor performance did not go unnoticed by his own party. Labour MPs, caught on camera, exchanged worried glances as Starmer floundered. When your own colleagues look embarrassed for you, it is no longer a matter of personal dignity, it is a matter of national concern. The Labour Party, a major political force in Britain, cannot afford to have a leader who is unable to present a coherent argument, answer questions competently, or even maintain composure under pressure. A leader's weakness is not just a political liability, it is a threat to the nation's stability, particularly when that leader is supposed to be holding the government to account. The situation is worsened by reports that the official parliamentary record has been altered to remove Starmer's stumbles and lapses during PMQs. This is not just an issue of public relations, this is a matter of transparency. If Starmer's team is willing to edit historical records to obscure his inability to perform under pressure, what else are they hiding? What else are they manipulating to preserve the image of a leader who is no longer fit for the job? This is an insult to the democratic process and an attempt to deceive the public about the true state of their leader's health. The final straw comes with reports that medical professionals, including speech therapists and neurological experts, have been seen entering Downing Street. The secrecy surrounding Starmer's health has reached a point where the British public, along with his own party, is left in the dark. If Starmer is indeed struggling with health issues, it is time for him to be honest with the nation. Hiding behind vague statements about stress and exhaustion is not good enough. The British people deserve a leader who is physically and mentally capable of handling the challenges ahead, not someone who is visibly deteriorating and unable to fulfill their responsibilities. Keir Starmer's leadership is failing, not just because of political decisions or disagreements, but because of his personal health struggles that have reached a tipping point. The Labour Party cannot afford to continue this charade, and neither can Britain. If Starmer cannot perform his duties, then it is time for him to step aside and allow someone else to lead. The nation is facing critical issues, from an escalating conflict in Ukraine to economic instability at home. At this crucial juncture, we need leadership, not evasions. If Starmer's condition is indeed worsening, it is time for transparency and honesty. The public deserves nothing less than the truth, and the Labour Party deserves a leader who can stand firm in the face of adversity. The longer this situation drags on, the more damaging it will be to both Starmer's legacy and to the future of the Labour Party. The time for action is now. If Starmer cannot rise to the occasion, the party must move forward without him. The stakes are too high to allow a leader to continue who cannot lead.